Dennis Schroeder. Makes runs on right as it gets inside. The slam. Evan Mobley with a beautiful ball as we approach the 2-minute mark. Quick release. Step for three. Score game one. Welcome to Foot Locker. Anything I can grab for you? I was looking for some basketball. Chess. Sorry.
It's an allergy to whining. Seriously, I'm going to tell you how I eliminated whining and complaining from my logistically insane weekdays, and everybody gets what they're craving. Wonder has been a game changer for us. Absolutely.
Terrell gets inside, reversing, makes it home. I like that clock. That clock is turned off. Knicks still have a foul to give. 4 seconds to go. Mitchell, the crossover, step back, three-pointers up. It's going down, but Mitchell trails the three. Ryan guarded by Spruce. Little fake, pulls up. Two-pointer for Houston. Alvarado for the first time. As Mike Brown going to his bench early. Donovan Mitchell, there's that explosion. And the layup is good. Just enough touch to get that up over the stop line. Thanos has some room. Thanos something to three. He's not been taking many three-pointers, as many as he used to, as Merrill drives inside. Finds Spruce. Spruce off the bounce. Lost it, got a back challenge. Can't get it. Second chance. Three-point Cavs lead. Again, they've got Spruce on his balance. Goes inside. It's good. Their first home loss, they're missing the car, but they're going to be fine at game two. You look at the analysis. Oh, this is what you like. That's what you do. Who gets it away from Alvarado? Drives inside. Layup's good. Here comes Bridges. Bridges gets to the goal. Bridges now with 8 points. Barnes taking just 2 shots already in 9 minutes. Drives on Brunson, gets inside. It's Tyson. Merrill tries a three-pointer. That distance, Tyson trying to hustle. The impact that he's been able to make on the community. It's been a wonderful connection between Allen and the city of Cleveland, and of course the Cavaliers. Bridges forward. Bridges in double figures.
And a warm welcome on what is an ideal night for football, you've got to say. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me for commentary today here on the gantry is the former England winger, Sue Smith. And we've got action from the Foot Squad battles coming right up. It's the Hurricanes, and they take on Cheers Jeff.
Great to be here. I think it's going to be a really good game today. Both teams will be well up for it, so hopefully we're in for a treat.
Well, the referee not too happy with the challenge and blows for a free kick. The starting 11 for Cheers Jeff.
Yeah, it looks like the same system, and the battle will certainly be in those midfield areas where they're matched up numerically. I'm sure the manager will be emphasising they've got to win those individual battles.
Well, in truth, it could have been more challenging for the goalkeeper.
Going to try again.
Fern. Naz. Read that pass all the way, cutting it out. He might be through here. An amazing piece of goalkeeping.
I just don't think he can believe that that's not got in, but he's met his match with the keeper. His superb reactions kept that one out.
Oh, and off the bar. Can he find the right pass? Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising. Neither side really able to keep the ball successfully right now.
Yeah, they need to sharpen up a bit.
Yanis Begraoui. And he's in an offside position.
Fix the seats.
Now, does she mean business? Oh, a save right out of the top drawer. Super stop. Martinez. Ake has it.
Really good defense there from Bridges, but probably finds it.
Well, they kept their chase defensively. Chopped up for that. And it's Harry Kane on the run. Oh, to take the lead. Oh, and top-notch goalkeeping on the back of a top-notch break. And over comes the corner. Well, he gave it quite the whack, but not on target.
Tries to answer. All the
oh, beating his opponent with ease. Harry Kane! There it is! The first goal of the game, and the lead certainly doesn't flatter them. Good value for it. He's in here. They've only gone and grabbed another one. 2 goals in quick succession. Now they have the lead. No wonder they're celebrating. Well, a really good run. Opportunity taken by the keeper without any fuss. Oh, he's through here. Oh, quality save there.
Yeah, such good awareness. Close the angle down perfectly. That's textbook goalkeeping.
Perfect challenge. Will it happen for them? Well, they're allowing him. Oh, might be. And keeps it out, showing lightning-fast reaction.
In those split seconds, you need razor-sharp reflexes, and that shot was absolutely flawless.
Well, opting for the short corner. Harry Kane waits. The Hurricanes recovering possession well. Inching towards the interval, and it's going with home advantage. As always, very keen to get your take.
It's a good first half performance. I think they've moved the ball around well. They played with the confidence going forward. They look quite comfortable going into the break. If this scoreline stays...
Oh, soon they could be in. And a goal to increase their advantage to 3. Can they be stopped? So on with the game, and when one team cuts loose in this fashion, it's hard to know what to do next. Well, they have the ball once more. Referee deciding to give the free kick.
9-6.
Oh, moving it nicely. Can she chip it home? And so it is, the first half story has been written. So back in business, the second half underway. It didn't go to plan for Cheers Jeff in the first 45. Will we see a response from them?
If you want to understand how things work, especially these days, this game is for you. Not just playing, but actually learning all the simple circuits,
Just like
understand
that,
water
broken
pressure,
up.
and see
And
how
offside,
electricity
just as he was ready to pounce. And the throw coming up after a really fine piece of tackling.
Just what ignited that?
Well, she's gliding through, but timely defending when it mattered. Hurricanes finding space on the flank. Didn't quite go to plan.
Yeah, she's just put too much on it, hasn't she? And
a failure to keep the ball by Cheers Jeff. Is it going to be? Offside, unfortunately. He's in behind. And you cannot argue with a hat-trick. Simply unstoppable today.
Well, this is so smooth. Look how he slips past his marker. But even then, it's far from easy. He does just enough under pressure and then finishes it brilliantly. It's a really nice goal.
That's useful play. That is tackling of the highest order.
Oh, nice and strong there, wasn't he?
Dan Burns. Well, that took confidence. Oh, a golden opportunity for her. Oh, quality save there!
Yeah, it's such good awareness. Close the angle down perfectly. That's textbook goalkeeping.
A very effective challenge put in. Might be a chance here. Well, sometimes you have to say a big thank you to your goalkeeper, especially when you're the guilty defender.
Yeah, the keeper does so well there to bail his teammates out.
And there's the delivery. Well, it could have been spectacular. He got on his bicycle but forgot to ring the bell.
Yeah, it's always a risk. He can end up looking a little bit silly if it doesn't come off. He's having a quick chuckle to himself. He knows.
Strong but fair tackle. And that'll be offside. Now we're inside the final 15 minutes. Danger building. Very quick thinking there. Counter-attacking chance.
Two top games coming up on the road in Cleveland.
Oh, burying them beneath an avalanche of goals. No let up here.
Well, here we can see it again, and this is what he's capable of given the time and space. You've got to question the defending. Could they have got a tackle in earlier? It's a wonderful solo effort, though.
And cheers, Jeff, unable to keep hold of it. Who wants to make a challenge? Surely! And that's two for her today. They just can't contain her, and no wonder she's off celebrating.
Well, here we can see it again, and this is what she's capable of given the time and space. But you've got to question the defending. Could they have got a tackle in earlier? It's a wonderful solo effort, though.
5 minutes to go.
Switch. Well,
Wasteful there from the Hurricanes.
There has to be a catch because the price is too low. There is. Try for 30 days, no contract, no cancellation fees, nothing to lose. You can switch in as little as 10 minutes, and if you need help, you can actually talk to a real person on their U.S.-based customer service team, which, sadly, is also becoming rare. Go to puretalk.com/Walsh. Get unlimited high-speed data for just $34.99. Again, puretalk.com/Walsh to switch to my wireless company and America's wireless company, Pure Talk. When you go online, Is it just me, or have stores become incredibly boring over the past few years? I mean, bring back some of the items like the Ronald McDonald bench in front of all the McDonald's, or the Pizza Hut lamp that used to be atop every dining table. But unfortunately, they're not going to bring them back because they've decided to go completely sterile. So instead, I'll be bringing them back by purchasing all of these crazy items in today's video to get my hands on some of these important relics of history, and in the process probably spend thousands of dollars. The very first discontinued store item I want to purchase is arguably the most iconic discontinued store item to ever exist, and that is the McDonald's Ronald McDonald bench. Now, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, don't lie to yourself. Yes, you do, because I'm talking about this bench right here. I mean, here's a commercial, for instance, out of Japan. I mean, this is an actual Ronald McDonald mascot, but this is effectively what it looked like. So you have Ronald's, him and his creepy self, just sitting on the bench with his legs crossed, looking super relaxed, just basically welcome anybody who wants to come into the McDonald's. There actually used to be a horror story around this bench. I think the Ronald McDonald, like somebody passed out on his lap on the bench, and then apparently they said that Ronald McDonald turned his head, looked down, and said, "You're going to die," or something, when he said that he was tired. And then there was also this viral video in which you could see Ronald McDonald sitting on the bench.
How many guys can we fight?
And then getting up. And this is real footage. Unfortunately, though, it is a discontinued product, and the reason being is because sometime in the early 2000s, they said that they were removing most of them as part of a broader corporate shift to modernize the restaurant designs, ditching the bright child-focused aesthetic for a more muted, adult-friendly, let's be honest, boring atmosphere. So now there's only a couple of Ronald McDonald benches left in the entire United States. I think maybe 2 McDonald's currently have them. And then internationally, there's certain sightings here and there, but it's safe to say there's less than a handful of these McDonald benches left. I know you're thinking to yourself, Sam, there's absolutely no way you're going to fly to one of these random McDonald's locations to try to convince the general manager to sell you the Ronald McDonald bench. And you'd be right. I'm not that crazy. But let me tell you, trying to find one of these things is basically impossible. I mean, a couple of years ago, people were actually trying to get their hands on them so badly that they were tipping them over, trying to move them themselves, and it resulted in poor images like this. Sorry, Ronald. And so I gave up for a couple of days, thinking I would never get the Ronald McDonald bench. However, I came across this post about a year ago. If you've got a spare $4,000 lying around and you aren't sure what to do with it, just know that a vintage McDonald's bench, complete with Ronald himself, is always an option. Unfortunately, though, somebody else bought it and it was sold. But then randomly, this listing popped up on my feed just a few days later. A life-size Ronald McDonald bench, complete with everything, and for the low price of $8,100. I'm not gonna lie, guys, there is budget that I've allocated towards this video because I want to purchase maybe like $5,000 worth of things, but that is way too expensive. Then, lo and behold, I found a local Ronald McDonald's bench for $4,400 on eBay, and this one looks even better. This is like the quintessential Ronald McDonald. This is how I think everybody remembers it. I'm happy to say I purchased it, and it is available for local pickup, so I have to travel all the way to Vermont to pick this thing up, and then I'll be bringing it back, and hopefully I am then the owner of a Ronald McDonald bench, and I don't get scammed. Guys, I have some bad news.
Hold on, Sue, they might be in.
I drove all the way to Vermont, and they only had the bench. Can you believe it? I mean, it's still kind of cool, so I did pay $6,000 to get the old McDonald's Play Place bench. I just really feel like I let you guys down. I mean, maybe I could just cosplay as Ronald, and I could sit here and I could do his pose. What does he do again? I guess he sits on this side. It's just not the same. Never before have I gotten scammed on this channel like I did right there, but this is one of the saddest moments in the Sambucha channel history.
Hurricanes have possession again.
I fooled you guys. So I drove all the way to Vermont, 5.5 hours. I paid $6,500, and they actually did have them. He was kind of in like a kill shelter in the shed alongside a decapitated Ronald. I saved him. I transported him in a U-Haul. All the 5.5 hours, I paid $6,500, and they actually did have them. He was kind of in like a kill shelter in the shed alongside a decapitated Ronald. I saved him. I transported him in a U-Haul all the way back, and now he's officially here in the room, here to stay, officially making him actually the most expensive product that I've ever purchased, technically. So this is what the Ronald McDonald looks like up close. So I want to show you some of the features because this thing is actually crazy to now be the owner of. So we got the McDonald's logo imprinted on his leg right there, and on the back of him over here, also a cool hidden detail, is that he also has the McDonald's logo. I don't know what happened to the back of his head. I don't know if this is like when he was first created, if they wanted to like lobotomize him, but he doesn't actually have an occipital portion of the brain. So he's not the smartest tool in the shed, but that's okay because he's a clown. It's actually actually in his favor. Other than that, I mean, he just looks like the classic Ronald McDonald. This thing used to scare kids for days, and now he's going to be scaring kids in my basement. Kids who visit my basement. Like when my cousins come over and they're kids and they visit my basement. Nonetheless, this is what we got, and I don't know where I'm going to put him, but I want to take a couple of pictures because I'm actually really excited. This is like a childhood dream to have this, so I'm going to take a couple of cool shots. It's like meeting Santa Claus here. He's also surprisingly large, so you guys know how tall I am. I say it all the time, but how tall do you think he is? Like, this is me standing up as tall as I possibly can. He must be, like, at least 7 feet tall. Now, he's not in perfect condition. If you do zoom in a little bit, you'll see that he's got some scuffs on his shoe, for instance. And he does, in fact, have huge clown shoes, because I actually have a pretty big foot, size 12, and this is what it looks like next to him. So, again, just modding me by about, like, 4 sizes or so. So he probably wears a size 16. And just like every new expensive product that comes in, I'm going to have to test him to see if he's sturdy or not. It doesn't seem like it based on the back of his head. I'm going to give him a little soft swing to the head and see how he reacts.
That's more than warranted. So off we go at 1-0.
I think we find ourselves a new piece. Wow, he is a sturdy boy, aren't you? Aren't you? Nice sturdy boy, huh? Yeah, no, he's good. He's really good. So you're officially in the room. Let me go ahead and put him over there. I think that's a really good spot for him here. And let's fill out the rest of this room because there's a lot more discontinued store products we're going to be purchasing, especially with some from McDonald's, which you may or may not remember. Yeah. Michael's cradling Ronald. All right, so it looks like Ronald is all set over here in the corner, so let's go ahead and fill out this area with even more storefronts. So McDonald's used to have something called the McDonald's Land Playland, and it was a former range of playgrounds that appeared at many McDonald's restaurants starting in 1972. I mean, just a couple. We have Officer Big Mac Climb In Jail, which is actually a pretty cool design. We had the Hamburglar Swing, we had the Captain Crook Spiral Slide, and even the Mayor McCheese Roundabouts. These are just basically playgrounds that kids would go on outside of McDonald's or in some cases inside. So here's what things look like. There's the McBurglar Jail, had a merry-go-round. Some of the characters looks like Grimace Jail. I forget that guy's name. There's Ronald himself in the flesh. And then that really cool, creepy cheeseburger head thingy. Because the most uncanny thing is this guy right here. On the carousel, the actual cheeseburger with the bug eyes. And apparently going into this playground was like a rite of passage to be a McDonald's fan back then, like the 1980s, 1990s. So definitely an interesting era for McDonald's. But unfortunately, McDonald's phased out McDonald Land in 2003 because they shifted their marketing focus towards adult with the I'm Lovin' It campaign and away from targeting children amid growing concerns for childhood obesity. So I guess going on a hamburger carousel wasn't good for kids' self-esteem. But it is interesting because they are bringing back McDonald Land in the form of the meal. So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but they have their blue shape. They have all the characters kind of coming in different ways throughout the toys and things like that. But I want to take a bit further because I didn't want to just try the McDonald Land meal and that be the discontinued store item I purchased. And so instead I found the vintage McDonald's 1980s cheeseburger ride in the flesh right here. Looks like it's in great condition and it is for the low price of $1,200. I am so excited to get this thing. I wonder if it actually works. Like if I could sit on it and it like rocks back and forth a little bit, but it looks to be in great shape. Hey,
Now 4-0 as the ball gets rolling again.
Did you see me?
Guys, I think this is it. The shipment has finally arrived, and now this is for the McDonald Land Hamburger Carousel Ride. Super excited to see what this looks like. This thing is like 45 years old. I was able to get my hands on it, and there's 2 boxes too, so I'm excited. Maybe I got a little bonus ride as well. Let's do the unboxing here. Trader Joe's bags. Nope. Look at that. There it is. There's that face. Let me reach in here. So excited. Here it is. Now, honestly, this is a lot smaller than expected. I thought this was going to be like triple the size. I guess it is for kids. It was part of a kid's playground, McDonald Land. Let me show you what he looks like. He's very cute. He does look exactly like the video, so I did not get catfished. Or in this case, burger fished. Really cool design on the bottom. A little bit creepy, but not as creepy as our guy right there. So they haven't interacted in 40 years. Like, this is a pairing that used to exist in front of all the McDonald's playgrounds, and it was the first time they're touching in 40 years. Let's see the reaction. I'm guessing this is going to be the stand. Let me just King Arthur this real quick. Give me a hand, Ronald. You're just sitting there. Oh, all these peanuts are going to fall out. Okay, all right, this is the stand. I have the screws here, so I'm going to put Mr. Burger on this stand, and then I'm going to give him a ride. Literally. Okay, so it is officially on its stand now, which means that I'm good to go on this. So this is going to channel like a bunch of 60-year-olds. If you're watching, you're probably getting a ton of nostalgia here because the last person to go on this was probably somewhere between the ages of 50 and 60. But now there's going to be somebody in their 20s that is going atop the
Oh, could be a chance here.
That's a good mark set. I also feel like I'm definitely at the weight limit on this. I should have checked what the weight limit is, but this thing is definitely going to break if I ride this more than like 5 minutes. This thing is like so unstable. A 50-year-old McDonald Land ride that is not meant for somebody that's nearly 200 pounds. I'm having so much fun at McDonald Land. I wonder what else I can get from McDonald Land. Well, you're in luck because there's a lot. All right, this is actually pretty fun. The next discontinued store item I want to purchase is pretty specific, but you may or may not remember it. And it was in 2004, this 9-foot-tall SpongeBob inflatable that was handed on the top of 4,700 Burger King restaurants as part of a promotion for, I think, the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. It was literally just a SpongeBob sitting atop the Burger King just like this, and he was just excitedly standing there, just welcoming people as they come in. And we're talking 22 years ago this thing existed. And unfortunately, the SpongeBob craze didn't last too long because people were literally stealing these SpongeBobs like crazy. So much so that there was actual news articles coming out about who's stealing SpongeBob, authorities are baffled, SpongeBob kidnapped, Plankton suspected. I mean, we have firefighters who recovered stolen SpongeBobs. Like, these were 9 feet tall. These were like not small things to steal. I mean, look at that. And lucky me, I looked all over the internet and I finally found one on eBay for $600 with shipping $1,000. I purchased it, so I'm very excited to dive into this. I want to blow this up and I want to see if it even fits in here. The ceilings are 9 foot, so it might be crazy. Okay, guys, so it's been about 3 weeks and finally this 9-foot SpongeBob inflatable that used to be part of the Burger King promotion is finally here. It's in this box right here, so what I'm going to do is open it up, blow it up, see if it even fits in the room. It's probably going to sit alongside the gorilla, and we're going to see if he's bigger than the gorilla, because this thing is apparently huge. I'm really excited about this one. Oh, yeah, there he is in the flesh. SpongeBob boxed up in the box. It's actually really dirty. That's how you know this thing is 23 years old. So I guess it's just nice and simple. I'll take him out, blow him up, see how big he gets. I see his legs right here, so he used to sit on top of the Burger King and his legs would dangle down. So let's just get him going. He is a big guy and it's probably going to require about maybe 5 minutes worth of blowing. Okay guys, we found a leak here, so we're going to cover that up, make sure that the air doesn't escape. But this thing is so big that it's like a sectional blow up. So there's 3 different areas that you have to blow up. Okay guys, so he's officially blown up. You were actually unable to see him fully in frame because of how big he is. I'm going to try to stand him up, but just know it's impossible. He's taller than he seems. And also, I can't figure out how to blow up his arms, so this should be interesting. All right, here we go. SpongeBob. I don't think this is possible. As I was saying, SpongeBob. Wow. How big are stores that he looks kind of tiny in the pictures? And then you bring him here, and look how big this guy is. This is me laying down. Oh my gosh, that's scary. So like I mentioned, I mean, the legs can't be blown up, but they're supposed to be dangling, so he's supposed to be sitting on a roof like this. He's got his nose right here, which I don't know if that's canon, and then he has some of his loose hands. So I can't figure out how to blow him up all the way, plus I just literally don't have room for him. He is so massive, clearly the largest thing I've ever purchased. But if somebody does want this, let me know, send me a DM on Instagram, give me a follow, and maybe we'll work something out, because he's already annoying me. He's also has some creases in certain areas that is leaking air, as you guys can hear. I'm not sure how long he'll last. He's definitely on his last legs, no pun intended. But he's 21, 22 years old. Give him a little break. All right, I guess I'm glad that I have him now, so that's cool. That's cool. And while this may be the biggest product in this video, it is not going to be the best because that still remains to be seen. So let me go ahead and get rid of him right now, and then we'll move on to the next thing. I'm going to show you 2 pictures and you tell me the difference. Here's picture 1 and here's picture 2. What you'll notice is that picture 2 has no silver because that is the new interior of Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut used to have this really cool retro look and they had their iconic Tiffany bezeled glass lamp thingies on top, which actually made Pizza Hut's Pizza Hut. If you look up any Pizza Hut from the 90s and 2000s, they would have these crazy lamps on top and they were just an absolute staple of their brand. But now unfortunately you can't find them anywhere. I've looked far and wide. They don't exist at the stores, but luckily there's some people on eBay who sell it for $280. These original vintage Pizza Hut lamps, full-size 18-inch Tiffany-style light with chain. I think they work and everything, so I am so excited to get this. I don't even like Pizza Hut, but you can't deny that the lamp is so iconic. So I'm going to wait for this thing to come in, and then I want to see if it actually works for 1, and then 2, I guess we'll hang it up and see what we can put. I can't believe I'm in possession of this, but I officially have now the Pizza Hut lamp. So the Tiffany crystal lamp that you used to see hanging up in all those classic Pizza Hut restaurants is now in my possession.
option, and they even give me the ability to mount it. So they straight up have given me, I guess this is the chain that you put right atop it, and then this is going to be the power source. So I actually want to figure out how I could hang this up and then actually have this, I don't know, dangling somewhere. Maybe I could also use it as a hat. It's very versatile.
Well, I thought that was a goal,
So
but he
what
showed
are
his
your big
quality
three
there with a
emotions?
big
The
save.
sparkles, the baby eyes, and the
What does the house mean?
we cannot tell you right now.
Very stylish, as you can see. But I have a good place that I think we can hang it. So let me put this up and let's relive some 1990s Pizza Hut. All right, guys, we are currently setting it up. I figured out a good configuration for this guy. We're going to see this dangling. I'm excited. All right, guys, so the Pizza Hut lamp has finally been hung. This is what it looks like. It's honestly super cool to see in the flesh. I'm glad to have this in my basement now. I'm going to go ahead and try to put some bulbs in it. But in the meantime, I want to show you what this thing looks like. So, as you can see, it says Hut right now. I used to give it like a spin at the restaurant because they were hanging overhead, so you can kind of like have some fun with them. I think it should be able to support this. So let's give it a spin so you guys can see. Pizza. Support this. So let's give it a spin so you guys can see. Pizza. Please don't be broken. Please don't be broken. I paid $300 for this. Look at this. All right. Well, as you can see, our Pizza Hut lamp is now broken. I wish I could say I planned that. Like, it wasn't even meant to happen. This is so disappointing. Looks like we have some broken glass up top there. Some of the shards. And then bottom here. No. I'm going to need a potato to clean some of this up. All right. Even if you look overhead, this thing is out. It's not on this.
Wait for like more than like 3 months. That's definitely wrong.
Okay.
Like if you're like a week pregnant, I think that's like different.
Okay. So it sounds like you have a cutoff at 3 months. Why at 3 months?
Not really 3 months, just like 16 weeks and above.
Okay. Why 16 weeks?
Because the abortion procedure at 16 weeks is very brutal, I think. And also, like I feel like there's a difference between a 1 week fetus and a 16 week fetus. And if you know you're pregnant and you wait that long, you are wrong.
Okay.
When you know you're pregnant.
I know that there's a huge distinction between like the 1 week old versus 16 weeks. What I'm asking for is like why all of a sudden at 16? Like what gives it moral consideration?
Because it's like actually forming into a baby.
I would say that it is forming. It's already a baby, but it's
Really, it's John. What the major students we know about that?
Everything like before 16 weeks, it doesn't really have almost everything.
almost everything. What does that mean? Elaborate.
And a 16-week-old. What's it?
Well, she was stating that it doesn't have the traits that she desires, but these traits are still developing even past 40 weeks. Like, what if, for example, there is to be a baby that unfortunately doesn't have all the limbs? Like, would you grant it moral consideration still, even if she were to discover that, like, before 16 weeks?
Okay. You should have an abortion.
I think you got a notification or you left the app, but it cuts off when you.
I meant to say, I think if it doesn't have any limbs, I think you should probably abort it.
Okay.
That's hard.
I definitely do believe that's a horrible position to uphold because there are many individuals who I would consider still very much morally valued, even if they don't have all the limbs.
There's great too, but why would you want?
Would you make that statement?
Wait, let her finish.
Why would you want someone to live a life without any type of limbs or anything?
Yeah, I would say that even if they have different lives compared to us when we have all our limbs, they're still going to live a life that's probably fulfilling, and they're going to live an experience that we will never experience. It's going to be specifically special for them. And I think that is an experience that we should never take away from any individual. So,
I think you're right, but I still think that why would you want to go through that? Your baby's not going to be able to crawl. I mean,
So what?
Let her finish. Go ahead.
But why would you want your baby to go through hardships when you could just start over?
So I would say hardships.
You can hit a reset button.
Yeah, just to start like a piece of trash.
Guys, hardships are going to persist regardless if you have all the limbs or not, okay? What if I was to give you a scenario involving a woman that lives in Switzerland and she has all her limbs, but she's living a horrible life because she's just a very severely diagnosed person compared to a girl that lives in the slums of Brazil, and she only has one limb, and she's in a wheelchair, and she's stuck selling fruit to tourists. But she still is happy with her life, even if she's the only one providing income to the family. And you would understand that even if they are living two completely different lives, even if one has all the limbs compared to the other, right? The hardships that they're going to face and the sufferings that they're going to endure are going to be different, right?
Yes, I do think that, but so would you want to?
So in this instant, if we understand that the sufferings that they're going to experience are different, then it doesn't make sense why we would draw the line, because there is no way for us to draw the line, because we cannot quantify everyone's experience with suffering and hardships they're going to go through. Do you understand?
But I mean, it's still your baby is still regardless of not, it's probably gonna be made fun of.
And so are people with all limbs.
I mean, sure, but probably more than people with all of their limbs.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm sorry to interrupt, Mango. But you realize, not you, Mango, but the guest, I don't know what her name is. I can't see it. Courtney. Yeah, people are going to make fun of you. So can I unalive you?
What?
People are going to make fun of you for your stupid arguments. So, can I unalive you for that?
Kurt, could you not be so rude?
It is a
To be fair, the host isn't being rude. He is asking a good faith question. If, under your criteria, people are going to get bullied, people are going to face hardships, in that scenario, these are sufficient for them to be offed. And he's just asking that as a clarifying question.
With these same reasons you're giving to unalive this baby, because they're going to make fun of him, since that applies to you too, people are going to make fun of you. You came up with some really stupid arguments, and it's ridiculable. They're ridiculous. So does that justify us unaliving you because of that?
Sir, we're talking about a baby, not...
Do you advocate for self-unaliving? If someone has a hard life, do you believe it's okay for them to unalive themselves?
I'm not talking about
No,
a person. I'm talking about a fetus.
Yeah, it is. It's a person too.
It is not.
Yes, it is. So, what do you think a person is, Cortland?
I think a person is somebody that's been born.
Just really quickly, can I ask two questions that I think is relevant here? Do you have an answer with that, Mango? Because I don't want to interrupt you more if you want.
That's fine.
Okay. So, whenever you're saying this actually would be allowable in this case, are you coming at this from a mercy sort of a standpoint?
Wait, could you say that again?
So whenever you're saying this action of abortion would be justifiable in this case to prevent it from suffering in the future, are you saying that, are you coming from, some sort of mercy standpoint?
What do you mean, a mercy standpoint?
Yeah, so you're basically stating that in order to prevent this suffering from occurring, I'm going to give it a mercy killing by aborting it, so it doesn't have to suffer in the future.
Yeah.
Okay. But you would not apply this to a child after 16 weeks?
What?
But you would not apply this mercy-killing principle to a developing child after 16 weeks, would you?
Well, if they have all their limbs and they're still growing, yeah. Let me know. No.
Wait, so if they don't have all their limbs, you would even allow abortions after 16 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay, how about a newborn child?
That doesn't make sense.
Why a newborn child? Because a newborn child has already been born.
Okay, well, that's the thing. Okay, so that's what I'm going to look at. So why would you give a mercy killing as long as they're inside the womb without any limbs? But whenever the child is not outside the womb, they must now suffer, and they cannot be given the same mercy through unaliving.
Because the child in the womb is still developing rather than a baby that's already been born.
That doesn't explain why you're giving mercy to one and not the other. You're saying
Well,
for
you
the
can't
for
really, like, okay.
hold on. You're saying for one, we can give mercy by taking away their life so it doesn't suffer. But the other one, we cannot give mercy, and they have to suffer. Why is that the case?
Again, because that baby has already been born rather than one that's still in the womb.
Okay, why does birth matter? You just keep
But
telling
it
us.
seems as though like you would want to give the one with more moral consideration more mercy because you care for them more, wouldn't you?
I'm really confused because I already told you what I.
Oh, okay. So the mercy is like a form of compassion, right? Wouldn't you have more compassion for the child that's outside the womb that's more valuable to you?
Yeah, because it's already been born.
Right. So if you're going to give it more compassion, why not show that compassion in the form of a mercy killing, right? You're giving the child inside the womb more of a mercy by saying you're not going to suffer. But this child is outside the womb, you're giving it less mercy by saying you have to suffer.
Okay, but the child inside the womb, you can still abort it, rather than like a baby outside the womb that's already been born.
That's what I'm asking. Well, why does a child with more moral consideration get less mercy than the child with less moral consideration?
Because you wouldn't just kill like a baby that's already been born.
Why? Why wouldn't you? Why?
You answer my question. Like this doesn't make any. Okay, so this is like this would be like saying, right? Like I have more compassion for I have more compassion for like my mom than I do like a random like stray dog on the street, right?
Yes.
So, but if I saw a random stray dog on the street, I saw my mom on the street, and they're both suffering, I would give more compassion to my mom, or I value her more. So I would want to take care of her and relieve her of her suffering, right? Rather than this dog. So I'm giving more compassion to my mother in this case. But in the case of an abortion, it seems this is the opposite. You're saying that, well, the form of compassion I'm giving this unborn is mercy killing to prevent it from suffering. But I cannot prevent this born child from suffering, so it must suffer. Why can't you provide it the same mercy by unaliving it too? Because you have more compassion for it, you will want to give it more mercy.
I mean, yeah, but I'm kind of like still confused. But like,
what was there that's hard to understand? What was there hard? Yeah, I was asking Portland what was hard to understand. What are you confused about specifically?
Because like a baby that's still developing, like, a baby that's out of the womb should be prioritized with the one that's in the womb, because that one is still developing.
Why? Okay,
So
why?
they should kill them out of mercy.
Okay, why?
Oh, gosh.
Like,
Wait, what did you just say?
So then, in that case, then we should kill the born children out of mercy.
No, because it's already been born.
Well, no, if we're upholding compassion for both, right, especially under the premise of mercy because of the suffering that they're going to endure. And you just said that we need to prioritize the kids that are outside. If we're really upholding compassion and if we're really remaining consistent, right, then it would be better for us to go ahead and murk kids inside and outside the womb.
Because look at it this way. There's going to be some kids that we can provide help to some kids, but other kids, there's going to be nothing that we can do to stop them from suffering, right? So, to prevent these kids from future suffering, let's provide them the ultimate mercy and unalive them so they don't suffer in the future. But you're saying, no, we cannot provide the ultimate compassion to the ones that are more valuable to us. How does a child with less value get more compassion?
Again, I don't really think it's about compassion. I think it's really like
In a way it is, because he made sure to clarify that position when he asked you if this is based on mercy. And you clarified that with him.
Well, they keep the ball moving.
Yeah.
Okay, but again,
How is mercy not compassion? Like, why are you merciful to a thing you're not compassionate for?
okay, sorry, I just confused myself.
What are you still confused about? Tell us.
Okay, I'm not confused. I'm just like, why do you keep, like, I think a baby outside of the womb is way different from a baby inside.
Is the baby outside the womb more valuable or less valuable than a baby inside the womb?
It's more valuable
Why?
because it's already been fully developed.
They're not fully developed.
So can we save this baby outside the womb from suffering 100%?
No, but like, still.
Okay.
Saying a baby is fully developed is an incoherent statement, right? It's like it's an oxymoron. Because if a baby was fully developed, they wouldn't be a baby. It's like saying pretty ugly. Or a slow fast car, like a slow fast car, something like that. Because how can something be slow and fast at the same time? These are contradictory statements. How can something be tall and short at the same time? It's like saying a fully developed baby is like saying a tall short person. How can you be tall and short at the same time, right? So how can you be a baby and fully developed at the same time? But you can't, because if they were fully developed, they wouldn't be a baby. That's the whole point.
More mercy to the more valuable one. More mercy is not having them suffer at all.
Oh, get you now.
The only way to guarantee that is if you end their life. But if you're saying we can't do that, then you would have to provide more mercy to the less valuable entity inside the womb. And how does it make sense to provide more compassion to a less morally valuable entity?
Well, guys, before she drops, I have an important question I wanted to ask her, if it's okay. I'm not trying to jump in y'all's debate with her, but I had something really important that I wanted to ask her, because I wanted to see why she had the. You said that you think if the mother finds out that she's carrying a baby that has no legs and no arms, and that's the only thing you specified, that she can behave it. Why would you think that would be permissible when, let's say, they have a perfectly normal working everything else, their body, their brain, that they can function just like everyone else. They just don't have legs and arms.
Think of how much shit you do in a day with your arms and your legs.
You walk with you use your arms 24/7. A baby without limbs is gonna have.
Oh, no, this is a pivot. This is a pivot. This is a pivot.
There's so much.
Hold on. I wasn't done asking the question I was trying to ask. Is it my in arms? They would still have something that they could contribute to this world. And let me give you an example of something that I want to show you, that you pretty much said that this man that I'm about to tell you about should have been unalived by his parents. Is that there's a man that's on this earth that's 42 years old, or he's actually 43, that he was born in 82. He has tetraamelia syndrome. That means he was a rare disability characterized by the absence of arms and legs. And do you know he's one of the most successful motivational speakers on this planet right now currently? And he makes a huge difference in people's lives just because he can still use his brain and he can still use his voice to help motivate people to live better lives. And you would say his mother and father should have aborted him just because he didn't have any legs and arms, but he has one partial foot, that he has two toes, that he can actually use those two fingers to be able to walk, jump, write, talk, swim, surf, and skateboard, all with those two toes. And you would say that he should have been aborted. Now, why would you say that about someone that still has a perfectly working brain and can perfectly still adapt to this world and have a life? He went on to be a father, and he went on to have 2 children. You know, he's got a wife, he's got a career, he's doing very well for himself. And you would say that he should have been aborted. Why would you say such a thing like that?
Okay, again, like, what? Not everybody that's born with limbs is gonna like grow up to do some type of like amazing thing.
Okay.
Wow.
This statement could be said for people with full limbs. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, but
There's a lot of losers out there, you know.
So, in a situation where
can I not?
Well, in a situation involving this individual, right? And the questionings that you got earlier, if you prioritize kids outside the womb and you want way more compassion because you prioritize these kids, in this particular scenario, would it not have been justified if the mother and father did something to the motivational speaker when he was a baby?
I mean,
Yeah,
sure.
you ought to go listen to this man. His name is Nicholas Vujicic.
Sure.
So just to clarify, Cortland, when I provided you the hypothetical that Nick, he was born without any limbs whatsoever, and the lines of questions that you got in regards to compassion and mercy, and you want to prioritize kids outside the womb, you would say that it is justified if the mother and father of Mr. Nick did something to him just so he could not endure any suffering if he was outside the womb.
What?
Do you think that the mother and father are justified on doing something to Nick as a baby?
Oh, okay, now I get what you're saying. No, I don't think that they should have, not should have, but they should done something to him when he was out of the womb. They should have done something to him while he was in the womb.
Oh my gosh. This is hard.
So, to confirm, you would have preferred Mr. Nick to not have that been born because he would have suffered, correct?
Oh my god, you're making me sound like a monster, but like...
Yes, this is the position that you're upholding, right? This is the unfortunate position that you're upholding. If we are being very, very exclusive to certain individuals just because they lack certain characteristics, you will be questioned with very, very hard positions. Okay, that'll make you land on very, very unfortunate and very absurd hills.
Okay, well then, in that case, like, yeah, they should have done something to him while he was in the womb.
They should.
I don't think...
You need to reassess your morals.
Legitimately, they let him live.
Okay, yeah, this is sufficient enough for us to not adopt your view.
Exactly. He's got a perfectly working brain. Just as he doesn't have arms and legs, he should be
advocate for murder. Do I think he should have been born? No. But I mean, it's good that he has a faith that he has
There's no need to engage with her.
That's pure eugenics. Is she ever a professor?
Yeah, she literally died on the hill of infanticide.
If I may say something as well, let's not forget that while this isn't a case of majority of cases, you do realize there's like transplants, so even if they were born without limbs, there's a possibility in the future they could get limbs with prosthetics anyway, so just saying that.
No, not this individual particularly.
Not him specifically, but it is possible for people with those cases to get transplants.
Is she already off the panel?
No, she's not off the panel. I don't know why she's still on here.
Just to verify. If a child was...
She's already terrified. I've already questioned her.
Oh, well, so this is like if a child was already born and then she said it would be okay?
No, she's just pleading she's just pleading pregnancy, right? Or did she say something about the born baby?
Literally said yes. I asked her again, and she was like, "Oh yeah," and I asked her that that Mr. Nick was never born, anyways.
Yeah, because like we could stipulate. What if Nick's parents? What if he was a cryptic pregnancy and he come out of the womb and she's saying that he didn't have legs and arms? Could she just leave him there and let him, unalive and not breastfeed him?
Prevent suffering. To prevent suffering.
What's that, Courtney or Courtney? Portland? You say Cortland?
I don't know why we're questioning her. She's already.
No, I want to hear what she has to say. Can she leave her cryptically born baby on the floor that doesn't have legs and arms because she doesn't want this baby that has no legs and arms?
Okay, legally, she would not be able to do